Hey guys, how are we getting on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to jump in. So today we're in a little bit of a different environment in terms of the fact that we are in Mind Over Matter Gym in Dublin. You've seen every single episode so far that I've always been in Melbourne, in Club Lime first and foremost, and then also One Gym. But today we're in for a group team seminar, running all the Team JCC clients, or a couple of them have come in today to run through an execution seminar first and foremost, running through some mechanics and of like the pec and the delts and lats, and you're gonna be able to see all the cool footage that we have from today. But it's something I've always wanted to do. It's been a big dream of mine to be able to get a good few of the team in together anyway, like-minded individuals, looking to try and progress and just actually get to meet everyone as well, because it's working online, you don't actually get to meet everyone in person. I've been training some people for years now at this stage and never actually met them. So it's a really nice time for me to actually just be able to connect with them and actually talk to them in person. We're going to run through a big group training session then as well. And yeah, just have a little bit of fun. So looking forward to taking you along the ride. So we can then dictate what part of the pec then we're going to do via the arm path the whole time. Okay, so we have the three divisions of the pec here. We now know that that arm path is not in line with these fibers now. Okay, if they're running upwards towards the top of the sternum. What we need to now do is to be able to tuck those elbows in here and here to be lined up to the upper clavicular fibers the whole time. What we tend to do then the whole time is just stretch. And do you feel that kind of stretch here? It's like a stretching sensation. We go, oh, this is really good because I'm lengthening the pec. We're actually mechanically, that's probably that is a much better position, because as he presses now up and across, we now shorten those fibers together, okay? It's much more in line with those upper clavicular fibers there, rather than here is just gonna be much more of an anterior delt challenge. I can even feel that's going straight line across from here to here. And what is that? It's front delts, yeah? Whereas if we line that up there, that's gonna be a lot more upper chest, upper clavicular fiber press. The angle of the sternum and make gravity work towards us.
I heard that it's good to keep the bar and dumbbells in line with your nipples.
Yeah, that's a really good cue as well. If you keep those out there even a tiny bit, those 5s become 10s, 20s, 30s, not an easy press. So you want to try and keep those elbows, and you extend that elbow all the way, good. The shoulder and in together to make it easy for yourself. The wrist, the elbow and the shoulder should all be aligned, okay? Drop that for a second. We'll do one more here as well with the cables. An incline setup, right? So we have to be working the upper chest, correct? Yeah. So let's press. We can now change which area of the pec you're biasing, okay? So understanding that arm path completely dictates what part of the pec is being used. Just think about what part of the pec you're actually using, okay? So arm path dictates what fibers that we're using. Good, a little bit more tension through there. Why is that? See these converging paths is coming in together. There's also the difference of like using a diverging path would be outwards, wouldn't be too applicable for the pec, because that's the motion that we want to use. It's about trying to drive that. It's called, science name, humerus adduction, pretty much driving that part of the upper arm into here. You're smashing the bicep into the pec. Let's see, and let's feel the contraction. Yes, there. Really, really hard contraction. The only way that happens is by getting that elbow across the body. What's that beautiful phrase we use? You can't shoot a cannon from a canoe, okay? The more stable you can make yourself, the better force production output you're gonna get from this lat or any other training. Like doing a barbell squat compared to a hack squat. You don't have to think about these external stabilizers that have to hold you into the position. You can just lock yourself in. Try to think of imagine there's like a wall slanted down there. You're trying to scrape that elbow down to the hip, okay? Don't move this. Really, really slow. Down, 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 down. Hold. That's beautiful. There you go, beautiful. I can feel that. Can you feel that? Yeah, you have that connection now, okay? 2, where's the elbow? So in front of the body, because if you pull this back, what happens here? Closer together now, okay? So it's so much easier to hold that as well, isn't it? Than hold that. So that's going to keep a lot more tension in that. We want to do the easiest movement pattern, but actually what training is about is making this as hard as you possibly can. It was thinking, it gets to here and that's really hard to hold. That's much easier. Pull it into a midline past the body, okay? So you want to, again, make it as hard as you can. No movement. Release, hold, contract and hold, okay? But yeah, exactly. If you row slightly past, it's going to take away from the biasing from the lat for sure, yeah. Think of yourself protracted here, okay? Soups, cup soup, mixed veg. pull yourself up until you start to feel you either retract. Look at Nathan for a second, okay? Don't move at all, and now bring your elbows up. Up, 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 up. Don't have to keep these here. That's about maximal range, isn't it? Yeah, so the lats, for him to do that, cheetah's here. Now bring up your hands. Now he's a bit more range, okay? But he's leaned back, okay? So if you stay protracted, that should give you your, like, quote unquote, optimal angle to pull from. So try it again there. So protraction, supinated, and try bringing the hands up a tiny bit wider. There we go, beautiful. Keep these really, yeah, and lift that, lift that, lift that, lift that, until you feel max. Is that about it? So look at that alignment. That is perfect for him then. So imagine we need to just replicate that cable coming from here and you pulling directly down to that hip.
There, but like, if you're actually studies behind a counterforce being beneficial to like arousal, obviously.
With the hands. Love to see that. That'd be a bloody great study, wouldn't it? I'm sure there will be. Lats are bloody hard to train, aren't they? Really, really hard. I never had a lat in my life. Still don't have an upper pec, but I've never had a lat in my life. And when I understood, see that protraction and seeing that shoulder blade not move, I remember hitting it in FlyFit when I was working there a couple of years ago for the first time ever. I was like, oh my God. And when you get that neural connection to it, you don't lose it then. It's just about, I always say that I'd rather you go slightly lighter there, get that connection, rather than going too heavy and losing it. Because you can go bloody heavy on those and row and rotate up and the elbows away from the body. You need to jam that into the body. So if you lose that connection, then I always say let's just go a little bit lighter on those. You can feel it right there. It's actually really, really nice, right in the middle, okay? That's probably where it originates or inserts, okay? And relax to the side. Then we're gonna see Dan, what did you say is the back one called? Rear delt, yeah, beautiful. We're probably gonna see that come up a little bit more there. Now I want you to go into the ladder raise first. Good, okay. What's on top? Front delt, okay? So the front delt is gonna be, you probably feel that about there, okay? So we're just very, very, very small, again, percentage-wise, you're still probably gonna be using the rear delt here as well, very minimally. But that's probably where the most tension is coming through because that's coming through the ceiling and this dumbbell is falling downwards. So is that a great challenge for you can pull down. Now, is that a great challenge for the medial head? No, okay. If you jump around and turn around for me, please. Where do you feel it there or more so in here? Front delt? No difference between the two. I think that's lined up pretty well for him, to be fair, but it's going to be completely different. So go for a couple of reps, almost like you're in this slightly like a Y raise, yeah? That's what you mean? That's actually pretty good for you. I think that a person with a medial head insertion like Joey, I think that's good. For me, no. I just feel this like awkward, it's like an upright row for me. I just feel like it's a one movement if you ask me to do, I'll never do it. Because I just can't do it because my mechanics are completely different to Joey's. So I think that's lined up pretty well, to be honest. I know that you guys actually come to this side. There, right on his delt for him. So I can feel that contraction right there. Very little in the anterior, little bit anterior driven, but I think that's pretty good for him, yeah. I like that. It's going to allow us to achieve a much larger range of knee flexion, okay? So let's take us through a rep really, really slow. Good. Think of that cookie. I'll give you a cookie if you get me a really good rep. Down, 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 down. Beautiful. How's that for is that hard to hold? Are you good? Good, yeah? I'll hold you as well. That's a fantastic squat pattern for quad down work. Yes, you achieve the knee flexion. Probably from a loading standpoint, I would probably prefer him using a lifter. You'd have that same level of knee flexion, ankle mobility there, but you would just have that stable base and everything on the foot platform then for you to contract off. Beautiful. Now let's take us through a full range of motion, maximal range of motion that you possibly can. Knees is keeping that lower back, glutes back, go, 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 go. So this is a fantastic machine for quads, isn't it? But this for me is probably a better option for like glute down work because you can achieve a far greater level of hip flexion here than here. You're building, resilience to that joint. You're building connective tissue. You're building bone density as well. It's not just about the muscle tissue. So that's why putting a newbie under a bloody 200 kilo hack squat, it's probably not a good idea anyway. But from a knee health perspective, longevity, or connective tissue, ligaments standpoint, it's probably not a good idea because they haven't adapted to that yet. So that's probably what it is. Just needs some. We hadn't done too much squat patterns before. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just learn the movement, but keep it a little bit lighter, potentially reverse band it for a little bit of time, and then we can start to progress that. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, we'll wrap that up. Gonna get a big group train session. Thank you very much. Thank you, though. Appreciate you coming down. We'll catch up next week for a call, yeah? Definitely, I would go there. There, rib cage up, slight lean forward. I also try to do one foot in front of each other. Provides a little wider base. I'd kind of go for like a little bit straighter elbow. That position there is perfect now for me. And release. Let me feel here. Try thinking like this. Actually, a nice cue for the camera as well. And lads as well, just so you get this cue. I think Nathan's doing it as well. Are you doing ladder raise, Nathan? Yeah? Think of it like this, that when you're in the bottom position, you're trying to scrape the knuckles off the floor and get as wide away as you possibly can. That's the position to be in. Rather than think of it like this. This is why I never had any delts. All my traps used to take over. But if we think about coming down and back away, scrape the knuckles off the floor and try hit either side of the walls. That's the position where you try and bias the medial head a bit better. So I think that if you, just naturally, allow the scapula to move as well freely, but try not to, that position, if we're there, it's just going to be too internally rotated. I think you're almost, yeah, that's a really nice position to be in, to be honest. Nice one. You can even see, try to do it again. See the delts now, see the medial head, even just a tiny, there you go. That position there is perfect for the medial heads to be on top. The minute that you internally rotate, then that's going to be a front delt challenge. Yeah. Yeah, good. Just that small change. Try it, and it might just be, you know, like dumbbell laterals aren't for everyone. You know, they're a difficult exercise, especially in that top position. So if they don't feel correct, then let's just swap them. Bench support. It's small, but that little bit of support, right foot forward, that position is quality for me. I'm trying to away from the body, get it, scrape the knuckles off the floor, touch the far wall, and you're keeping it in, it's called scapular plane. Keep it slightly in front of the body there. Medial heads on top rather than externally rotating. Yeah? Yeah. Killer. Yeah. Try it, honestly. I love the unilateral. Yeah. Hold your hands in the air. Yes! Hips, good. Take your time. Make this one perfect. Knees forward. Press. Yes! Shit, yeah. It's a confidence one though. Yeah. Now you have in your head, fuck, I can do 100. Yeah. Then it's like 105, 110. But try not to also like jump like 10 kilos each side and go, fuck, I'll do 120. That's when you jump to. Remember we talked about the connective tissue for your knee? Like your lower back has never lifted 120, so you have to be careful to get there. But I swear to you, with straps, 2-3 weeks, 120. Okay. Yeah? Okay, beautiful, good man. My chest lifts up first. Yeah, that's the only thing you change. Your chest doesn't even move, your actual chest drops. There, your hips come up. So that position there, your legs are too straight. So you're there, and that's fucking hard to pull from there. We must be there and pull. And I think the amount of reps you've done already, the further you go down the sets, the harder it's going to be to do it. So think of it like you only have a couple of darts at that dartboard. You don't waste them, and you keep the quality so high by taking enough rest time. If you start chucking darts every 2 minutes, you're just going to lose the quality. The quality is gone. Quality high, quantity low, only a couple of darts. Yeah? I'll come back over. Yes, yeah, let me know. Remember that muscle tissue is going to be stimulated by mechanical tension. You can create a fuckload of tension with very little load. I could honestly cramp my bicep with no load in my hands. If you really squeeze the shit out of it, and that's what you want to try to do, really slow, but own look how controlled Sean is here, own every single millimeter of that lift. And you don't need that much load. You know, if you're chasing, put in 240 kilos in each hand and then just press it for the sake of pressing it, it's very little stimulus. And we're looking for progressive over stimulus rather than progressive overload specifically. Good. Now we've had an effective rep. Front foot, press. Yeah. One. Don't rack that in. Don't fucking rack that in. Come on, straight in. Breathe. Brace. Come on. Press, hard. Finish that, I'm not touching it. And rack, good, nice. Attaboy. Nice. Beautiful. Good. How'd that feel? I didn't touch one of them. Oh, you fucker. Stick with the cable row. The dumbbell is stacked above the elbow and there's gravity working down, so there's no tension. Okay, so that's a position where you have tension at the top and you have tension at the bottom. So, amigo, great to meet you. Great to see you. As always, no worries at all. Hopefully you took some from today.
Absolutely,
yeah. So guys, that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. It was really, really good to actually just meet everyone, chat with everyone, run through some exercise execution work in this little area here as well, but also go ahead and actually train with them, because running through exercise mechanics is one thing. You know, doing it with a 2 kilo weight doing ladder raise is great. But when you actually go out and train and seeing them go to all the way to failure, or do they have a couple more reps in tank, it's always nice to get a hands-on for these kind of things. But great day, really, really happy with how it went. Fantastic fun and great meeting everyone. So if any clients are watching this, great to meet you today. And if anyone who I didn't meet today, hopefully we'll do another one down the line as well. But other than that, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Loads more content coming your way.